Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your friendly neighborhood moviegoer, John L. And I come to you humbly with a new review of a movie that I watched last Thursday on premiere day with my boys Rob and Paul at the AMC Empire 25, live and direct from Times Square. I believe, if I am not mistaken, we have watched all 4 installments of John Wick at that movie theater throughout the years. And to say that the John Wick movies are very one note would be incorrect. Yes, John Wick is an action film full of kills of varied natures, but at the heart of it all, it is a story of a man dealing with his own grief. That be it of his wife, who passed in the original film due to cancer. That be it on the revenge he had to take on those bastards for killing the dog that his wife had left him. For then to have to defend his honor as the one they call the Baba Yaga, the boogeyman. Jonathan, aka Giordani. Such a complex man. His friends and compatriots of the Bowery King, Winston, Ashara, R.I.P. to Lance Reddick. And other friends he's made throughout the years along the way. Halle Berry's character in part 3. Here in part 4, in chapter 4. Donnie, Kane, old friend. The great Japanese actor and samurai swordsman, Hiroyuki Sanada. Man. Him being in American films in the last calendar year, because he was also in Bullet Train, has been a delight to see. He's in American cinema before that, but just in those 2 movies, between Bullet Train and John Wick Chapter 4, just with the cinematic experience, the cinematography, the lighting, and the color that is well done, both on Bullet Train and John Wick Chapter 4. Hiroyuki Sanada, a legend in film. Let me get the Rotten Tomatoes stuff out of the way, because the Rotten Tomatoes aligns with me. The critics and the audience have spoken. 2 hours and 49 minutes worth of John Wick. The audience has spoken. 2,500 plus verified ratings at a 95 percentile. The critics have spoken. 273 critic ratings at a 94 percentile, certified fresh for John Wick Chapter 4. Opening weekend, 73.5 mil in the box office. Number 1 in the box office. If you don't know John Wick by now, you losing out. Is this grade A dramatic cinema? hell to the no. But if you need to see some of the greatest action films in the history of action films, ladies and gentlemen, I sit here and I say to you all, I had a top 10 list of action films that span obviously my movie watching and my damn near 39 years of life. John Wick Chapter 4 made it into the top 5 midway through the movie. Now you say to yourselves, John L., you haven't watched every action movie out there. No, I have not. I am a man born of the 80s, child of the late 80s and 90s. So my preference and bias kind of sticks between the 80s and the 90s. Even though I was a fan of such thriller/action films as Nighthawks and Serpico, Apocalypse Now, films before my time. But when I say to you that John Wick Chapter 4 jumped up all the way into my top 5, there's a reason for it. Reason number 1, Keanu Reeves. Folks, Keanu Reeves is one of my favorite actors of all time. He just is. I fell in love with Keanu Reeves as a youth. My favorite, right, / number 1 action film of all time is the original Point Break from 1991. Keanu Reeves, to me, will forever be Johnny Utah. R.I.P. to the great Patrick Swayze. Ever since then, I've followed his career. 2 career renaissances, almost 40 years in film, and the man cranks out hits. John Wick Chapter 4 is no different. High praise. Some of the most bombastic, over-the-top action scenes I've ever seen in my life. The stunt choreography, the stunt team, the sound engineering, the sound design of this movie, immaculate. Like I said, the cinematography, whoever the colorist of the movie was, the direction, Chad Stahelski, bruh. Whatever else you decide to direct, even if it's outside of an action movie, I want to watch. You did a terrific job with this film. This is grade A action, knocks you right out of your seat type stuff. The story is so simple to follow. But like I told my boy Rob during the movie, the dialogue in this movie is so intentional and so necessary to the story of the movie that even though there's no grade A or high level acting here, you have to pay attention. You have to. Now, to speak on the rest of the cast of this movie. I spoke about the great Hiroyuki Sanada, Keanu Reeves. Shout out to young SHAMIER Anderson as the tracker here. He is one of the newer characters in the John Wick lineage. His character really came out of left field, but played a very important role throughout the entire movie. Dope character. Donnie Yen as Kane. This man stole every scene. Donnie Yen, I think I've been watching Donnie Yen since like the early 2000s. Hong Kong cinema type stuff, and obviously the martial arts fantasy stuff, the Ip Man movies. So Obviously, he was also in Rogue One, that Star Wars film. So Donnie Yen's been doing the damn thing, man. RINA Sawayama. Ooh, daddy. Let me tell you something about this young lady. Damn. That's all I gotta say, man. She is beautiful. She played Hiroyuki Sanada's daughter, Akira, in this film. They were the heads of the Continental Hotel in Japan. So she kicked ass in this movie. Shout outs to martial arts experts and stuntmen extraordinaires, Scott Adkins and Marko Zaro. Scott Adkins playing Kila. Him wearing a fat suit and doing martial arts in the fat suit, and that over the top, I want to say Romanian, maybe Russian accent. Because he was in the movie during the time John Wick had to go back to the Buscaroma. So that was that. Marko Zaro played Chidi. He was the right-hand man of one of the, if not top 5 movie villains in the last 5 to 7 years. Bill Skarsgård. Take a bow. Bill Skarsgård as the Marquis de Gramont. Bruh. You hated this man when he came on the screen. The opulence, the elegance, the way he spoke down to people, his cynicism, him just wanting to get his way, the cockiness. Man, Bill Skarsgård killed this. He killed it, man. That entire family is freaking talented as hell. His dad, Stellan, did a terrific job in the Disney Plus Andor series, and he was also, if I'm not mistaken, he was the leader, the head of the House Harkonnen in the Dune movie. Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Can't say enough about Ian McShane. Great actor. Who else can I talk about in this? Where's the young lady who played Katya? She's not on the list here that I can see. But she basically played Keanu Reeves' adopted sister from the Buscaroma. And I'd be remiss if I did not give the great Clancy Brown a shout out. His voice, much like Morgan Freeman's, right? Classic, booming. It can just narrate anything. But him to be able to act in this movie and him just be the harbinger of the high table. Just the dude who's there to observe, doesn't even get his hands dirty. Just there to survey and make sure that the rules are followed. They always have some sort of a character from the high table. Like in Parabellum, they had the young lady. I forget what role she played, but she had a very unique name. She was like an auditor of some sort, but she was from the high table as well. Clancy Brown played that character, basically making sure that the high table's needs were met. Oh man, my favorite movie of 2023 so far, y'all. Without question. It was fun as hell. It was brutal. Me and my boy Rob, a few times, we made some auditory sounds in that theater. At the same time, had to knock on wood, no jinx. Just saw some of the falls, some of the kicks, some of the shots taken. Yo, the ridiculousness in this movie was so fun and yet so cinematic. It played like a live action video game, but at the same time, no doubt, action movie, fantasy, fictional stuff. It's like this can't happen in real life. But imagine if people were really this highly skilled and had these fighting techniques down to a science where they can actually just shoot and kill people hand to hand, guns, whatever have you, in the middle of streets, up and down stairs, throughout plazas and like iconic streetways and venues. Like, man, the backdrop, the set pieces, where they travel to shoot. Y'all hear it in me, my voice. Like, there's just nothing else positive I can say about this movie. Like I said, it's not grade A high dramatic cinema. But if you want to have fun in a movie theater, you want to see shit you haven't seen in another action movie before, John Wick Chapter 4 is it. Whew. Man, what a movie. That 95% on Rotten Tomatoes is deserved, folks. Deserved. I completely recommend this film. Go out and watch it in theaters. Catch it at a Dolby. Catch it in IMAX. You need to get that sound in you. You need to feel this movie. You really do. Outside of just watching it. Man, something else, I tell you. Something else. I hope that this is the highest grossing of all the John Wick films after it's all said and done. This is, from what I understand, due to watching some of Chad Stahelski's interviews with different outlets. This is the last we'll see of John Wick in his own movies. No more John Wick movies. You'll see him appear in prequel films and prequel series that are being made and are in development. But the story of John Wick, of Giordani, the Baba Yaga, is over after Chapter 4. But y'all gotta watch Chapter 4 to understand how it all comes to an end. And that's it, folks. That is my review on John Wick Chapter 4. One of the greatest action films ever made, bar none. I hope I didn't leave out Laurence Fishburne. He's great as an over-the-top character as the Bowery King. Want to throw that in there as well. Like I said, folks, 2 hour, 49-minute runtime. This is a Lionsgate movie. It released last Friday, March 24th. It's in theaters worldwide. Go out and watch it. Directed by Chad Stahelski. Yeah, check it out. Do yourself a favor. Have some fun at the theater with this one. Yet again, folks, R.I.P. Lance Reddick. Sharon of the Continental. Also, he played the chief or the commissioner in The Wire. So, you know him from that as well. And we haven't gotten the last of him in the John Wick world, as he will also be coming up in the Ballerina movie. I believe he shot scenes for that. So this won't be the last time we'll see Lance Reddick in a John Wick film. And also, I believe he also has other projects coming out later on in the year. So we still have more to come from the late, great Lance Reddick. Anyways, folks, I'm done. That is my review of John Wick Chapter 4. I'll leave you with this. For people who did not have fun with this movie, I usually say all art is subjective. Movies are subjective. You can like and dislike whatever you want. But if you don't like John Wick Chapter 4, you and I will never be on the same page. I don't know if we could be friends. I can respect the fact that you don't like the film, but we ain't vibing. That's about all I gotta say about that. All right, folks, about this. Do yourselves a favor. Be well. Take good care of yourselves and one another. And stay healthy out there. This has been your friendly neighborhood moviegoer, John L., signing off. Until next time. Peace, folks.